The street was alive with noise. Car horns echoed between tall buildings. Vendors shouted over each other. Footsteps rushed past in every direction. It was just another busy afternoon in the city, until everything suddenly changed. A sharp police siren cut through the air, loud, urgent, unmistakable. People turned instantly. Conversations stopped. Phones lowered. A strange tension spread across the sidewalk like a ripple in water. Two police vehicles screeched to a halt near the crowded pedestrian crossing. Doors slammed open. 4 officers stepped out, fast, focused, and serious. But it wasn't just the officers that made people uneasy. It was the dog. A massive black and tan German shepherd stepped out beside them. His movements were precise, controlled. Every muscle in his body looked ready to explode into action at any moment. This wasn't an ordinary dog. This was a K9 unit, highly trained, highly dangerous. And his name was Rex. His handler gave a short command under his breath, and Rex immediately locked into position. Alert, focused, scanning. Something was wrong. People could feel it. No one spoke, but everyone was thinking the same thing. Who are they here for? Then suddenly, Rex stopped. His ears snapped forward. His body stiffened. And his eyes locked onto someone across the street, a man. Standing completely still near the edge of the sidewalk, he looked different, not suspicious, not threatening, just fragile. He was old. Very old. His hair was thin and gray, barely covering his scalp. His posture was slightly bent. One hand gripped a white cane. And his eyes, they didn't move. They didn't react to the chaos around him. Because the man was blind. A quiet murmur spread through the crowd. Why are they looking at him? He can't even see. This doesn't make sense. But the officers were already moving. Fast, direct, like they had no doubt. One officer raised his voice sharply. Sir, stay where you are. The old man flinched. He turned his head slightly, confused. I didn't hear. Is someone talking to me? His voice was calm, but uncertain. Another officer stepped forward, more aggressive this time. Do not move. Put your hands where we can see them. The crowd exchanged uneasy glances. This felt wrong. Very wrong. The old man slowly raised his free hand, the cane trembling slightly. I don't understand. I'm just waiting to cross. His voice shook, not from guilt, but from fear. Then something happened that made the entire street go silent. The lead officer turned to Rex. His voice was sharp, commanding. Rex, target locked. Rex's posture changed instantly. His body lowered slightly. Muscles tightened. Eyes locked even harder onto the old man. People held their breath. And then, the command came. Rex, attack! Gasps exploded across the crowd. No, wait. What are they doing? A woman covered her mouth. A child started crying. Someone pulled out their phone, hands shaking. The old man froze completely. He didn't run. He couldn't. He didn't even know where to run. I don't understand, he whispered. And then, Rex moved, fast, explosive, like a missile launched straight at its target. The distance between them vanished in seconds. The crowd braced for impact. Some people turned away. Others couldn't look away. This was it. This was the moment. But what happened next? No one could have predicted. Instead of attacking, instead of biting, instead of taking him down, Rex did something impossible. He slowed, right before reaching the old man. And then, he gently pressed his body against him, softly, carefully, like he was afraid to hurt him. The old man gasped, not in pain, but in confusion. Rex circled him once, then stopped directly in front of him, and then, he sat down, calm, protective. The entire street fell into stunned silence. What? Why didn't he attack? That's impossible. The officers looked just as shocked. Rex, what are you doing? The handler shouted. But Rex didn't move, didn't react, didn't obey. His eyes stayed fixed, not with aggression, but with recognition, and something deeper, something emotional. The old man slowly lowered his hand, his fingers brushing against Rex's head. The moment their skin touched, Rex let out a soft, almost broken whine. Not a bark, not a growl, a whine, like he had been waiting for this moment for years. The old man froze, his breathing changed. Slow, uncertain, then trembling. No, he whispered. His fingers moved across Rex's fur, carefully, memorizing, recognizing. This can't be. His voice cracked. Shadow. The name hit the air like a shockwave. The officers exchanged confused looks. Shadow, one repeated. That's not his name. But Rex reacted instantly. His ears perked, his tail moved. Slowly, then faster. And suddenly, he stood up and pressed himself closer to the old man, almost knocking him off balance. The old man dropped his cane, both hands now holding onto the dog's face. Tears streamed down his cheeks. It's you. It's really you. The crowd watched in complete silence. No one understood what was happening. But everyone could feel it. This wasn't random. This wasn't coincidence. This was something deeper, something powerful. The handler stepped forward cautiously. Sir, do you know this dog? The old man didn't answer immediately. He just held Rex, or Shadow, tighter, as if letting go would make him disappear again. Finally, he spoke. He was never meant to be a police dog. The officers frowned. What do you mean? The old man took a slow breath. And then, he said something that changed everything. He was my partner. In the war, the world seemed to stop. Even the traffic in the distance felt quieter. What? Someone whispered, and just like that, the story began to unfold. Years ago, before the blindness, before the loneliness, before the silence, The old man wasn't just a man, he was a soldier. Strong, disciplined, fearless. His name was Daniel Hayes. And he had a partner, not just a dog, not just a tool, a brother. That dog was Shadow. They were assigned together during one of the most dangerous operations overseas. Shadow wasn't like other military dogs. He was smarter, faster, more aware. But more than anything, he was loyal. Unbreakably loyal. Daniel trusted him with his life. And more than once, Shadow proved that trust was deserved. There was one mission, one night, that changed everything. Their unit had been sent into hostile territory. It was supposed to be quick, clean, in and out, but something went wrong. Very wrong. An ambush. Gunfire exploded from every direction. Chaos. Confusion. Men shouting, falling. Daniel got separated from his team, alone, surrounded, and then the explosion hit. A blast so powerful it threw him across the ground. Pain, darkness, silence. When he woke up, he couldn't see. At all. Everything was black, permanent, terrifying. He thought it was over, but it wasn't. Because Shadow was still there. The dog refused to leave him. Through gunfire, through danger, through chaos, Shadow stayed, protected him, guided him, and somehow, against all odds, led rescuers back to him. That night, Shadow saved his life. But when Daniel woke up days later in a military hospital, Shadow was gone, transferred, reassigned, lost in the system. Years passed. Daniel tried to find him, but records were sealed, files missing. No answers. Eventually, he stopped searching. Not because he forgot, but because it hurt too much. And now, standing in the middle of a busy street, holding the face of a dog he thought he lost forever, he finally understood. He never forgot me, Daniel whispered. Rex, Shadow pressed closer. The handler lowered his voice. Sir, we had a report. Someone matching your description was suspected of carrying something dangerous. Daniel smiled faintly, shaking his head. I carry memories, not weapons. A long silence followed. Then one officer spoke quietly. We made a mistake. The tension melted away. The crowd slowly began to breathe again. Phones lowered. Voices softened. But no one left. Because they were witnessing something rare, something real. A reunion. A bond stronger than time. Stronger than training. Stronger than orders. The handler looked at Rex, then back at Daniel. He's never disobeyed a command before. Daniel gently stroked his head. He didn't disobey. He paused. He remembered. And in that moment everyone understood. Some connections can't be broken. No matter how much time passes. No matter what changes. Loyalty like that doesn't fade. It waits. And when the moment comes, it returns. Stronger than ever. If this story touched you, make sure to like the video. And subscribe for more stories that remind us what truly matters. And tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? Because stories like this, they deserve to be heard everywhere.